and so it's basically like the L bracket kit, and it'll run, my full frame with the 70-200 on it, no problem. I've used them out on the coast with just like wide angle lenses and panning along the beach at sunset. But
is it just syrup.com?
I believe so. If you just Google syrup,
I think it's .co.
Okay.
Adorama's got them.
Adorama, yeah, I got mine from Adorama. They'll do package deals every once in a while where you can get them. You get like the whole package for like $450. So
cool.
It's a pretty neat little setup.
So Chuck, what month do you want to do your program?
I've been working on trying to do, basically get to where I can like teach a class with like doing the motion time lapses and stuff like that. There's a lot that goes into it. I mean, I can still screw it up every time I try.
The level of complexity of all this stuff, right?
It is.
It's actually under $200 on Amazon.
Oh yeah. So if you put one of them on just a tripod, and then you put they actually have in one of the groups on Facebook. There's a guy over in Italy. He basically engineered and 3D printed an Astro mount for it that puts your camera at the right angle to polar align it. And so you just line it up with the little green laser, and then you set it to do a motion time lapse, continuous motion at 15 degrees an hour, and tell it to run for 2 or 3 hours, whatever you want it to run, and it'll basically stay in line with the orbit or with the rotation of the Earth.
Really?
So yeah, I was up on top of Trail Ridge earlier in the summer, and this was before I had the Astro mount to go on top of it, and I was just out there, with it on a tripod, just winging it, and I had I basically got the Milky Way to track like dead center of the frame all the way across the Never Summer Mountains. It just
really
blindly winging it. I was like, oh shit, this works.
Cool.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Hey Chuck, how about your lightning detector? How did that work?
I still haven't used it.
Yeah, part of it is we never had any,
next to him.
it seemed like we never had thunderstorms this summer.
Yeah.
Not many. You guys got some. I think you and Darren and a couple of people were out in Kansas at some point, and you guys had some thunderstorms.
Darren was, yeah.
Here in the metro area, anyways. In that, how many thunderstorms did we have this summer? A couple, maybe a few.
Didn't get much.
Not many, yeah.
No, it was pretty dry.
I don't know. There was a pretty good stretch of summer where I didn't get to go outside. So.
Yeah, I was actually
I
was wondering if Darren was substituting skies or if he actually had that.
Which one?
I think the last one on his Instagram has a lightning strike.
Then he put that sky in. He actually shot star trails over that building. So it was like a 3 hour shot or something like that, right? And so the building is like perfectly lit, and he's like, yeah, I don't like the way this looks. And he sent me a picture with the lightning in it. He's like, how's that? And I was like, damn, that's pretty good.
I kind of guessed that he did, but I wasn't sure. He did a nice job.
He's been playing a lot with those.
But this summer he got a couple of, or you guys had, you were there too, I think, right? When you guys got.
I didn't go to Kansas with him that summer.
Okay. Or maybe it was Tony. There was somebody else who was with him, I think.
Yeah.
Some good lightning shots out there in Kansas or out there in maybe it was Eastern Colorado Plain, somewhere out there.
I know we were out there.
Out here it was
years ago.
Yeah, out here it was pretty dry. Maybe there were some opportunities to get lightning shots up in the mountains, but not that many out here.
Not many.
Yeah. I don't remember it raining this summer.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
I think it was, we just had fire. That's all we had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went from fire to snow.
We'll give it
we really didn't even have good clouds aside from, the fire sunsets.
Yeah.
Those fire sunsets, they didn't even look real. They were so insane.
Well, thank goodness that's over with.
I
This year.
found out I was kind of watching with Rocky and like what actually burned up there, and a lot of their older structures on the west side didn't burn. I was happy about that. There's a couple spots that I want to get back out to. I tried to go out like right before they kind of started closing the park down, trying to shoot Milky Way out there, and yeah, it was. You could see the stars, but man, once you got it in camera, it was like, look at that brown cloud.
Yeah, it was so bad. So up in Rocky itself, the areas that that were affected, I heard that like Fern Lake, Spruce Lake, some of those areas out there. And I've been there years ago, back before I had camera in that, and there
Yeah.
areas in that. But I heard that like somewhat, and I think what it was, you know, the fire didn't directly come right into there, but it was some of the, you know, sparks or
Yeah.
fires that shot up, went over the ridge, and happened to land right down into those areas, and then kind of
Yep.
started their own bits of fire right in there. So
Yep. And on the west side, it basically, as it came out of Grand Lake, so it would be like the south side of Trail Ridge Road over there, where it was more heavily wooded, versus like the north side where like in Kawanichi Valley, where like the Colorado River is.
Right.
That side of the road wasn't as heavily wooded, so that side of the road didn't burn. And so it's the south side of the road. That's why like the visitor center burned, but the guard shacks at the west entrance didn't. So the Kawanichi visitor center did burn.
did burn. Okay, I didn't know.
I heard this morning that they're still not 100% contained.
On Troublesome? I thought Troublesome was. I thought they just
Troublesome
I
is
thought it was like 98 or 95, and the other's like 97. I mean, they're in the high 90s, but they're not quite 100%.
There's still hot spots, they said.
okay.
I don't think there are any concern, but there's not
No,
fully
there's not.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
a sneaky toy.
Oh, that's my dog.
Playing with the pup.
Can you hear that?
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and start here. We're a little bit after 7. Again, thank you everybody once again. Let's see here. We're at the 16th virtual meeting, and that normally this meeting we would have the awards night. Also, it coincides with a potluck, and usually we have really good food that's brought in by members and that. So since we can't do that this year, I was thinking, we'll see, how can we go this next year and that, but maybe by summer we can put together maybe an outing such as a barbecue or a potluck type of deal or whatever in that to make up for all the great food that we're missing here tonight. I'll just a couple of upcoming events that we've got. We did add a Tuesday night meeting, December 15th. There were a couple of reasons for that, but hopefully people can make it on Tuesday night. It's, again, December 15th. And out on our club calendar, it shows as the 16th on the face page, but it's really on the 15th. When you turn to the calendar itself, it shows it on the 15th. But Troy Miller, who was one of the competition judges that we had a few months ago, a California-based wedding photographer, is going to do a presentation on the business and art of wedding photography. And one thing I was going to point out is I've seen parts of this presentation that he does. So even if you're not, say, interested in doing weddings or, becoming a wedding photographer in that, there's a lot of really good things that he has in there as far as, that have to do with branding and other kind of, you could apply it to business of portrait photography and event photography and other things in that. So it's really interesting. I'd encourage you to try and attend that one if you have a chance. And then after that, let's see, we've got a competition night, January 6th. So that's early in the year. So that one will come up here pretty quick. That one's going to be open. So I'm sure we've got plenty of shots that we've got here over the last few months in that, and maybe some more that come up here in the next couple of months. So that's January 6th. January 20th, we've got a program on camera filters, Matt Theobald. February 3rd is an exhibition night. Again, for those that have participated in those in the past, I've always found them to be really good, educational and inspirational, just things that I've learned from just the comments and critiques and that members come up with as opposed to a judge. But the exhibition nights are definitely a good event to attend. So we've got one of those on February 3rd. I show that February 17th, there's one on, we have a presentation on color management. That's with Joe Klosek. March 3rd will be the next competition. March 17th, we'll have a presentation by Dale Ralph on compositing. And April 7th, we'll have a second exhibition night. And then the last thing I show on the calendar at this point is April 21st, and that's going to be on impressionist photography with Alice Bender. So with that, one thing I was going to do too, and I'll turn it over to Paul. I believe you have some of the information in that with the results. Paul or Chuck, with regards to the, Chuck, sorry about that. With regards to the competition results for the year-end awards. But the other thing I want to do is just, again, thank everybody here and a lot of those who couldn't attend tonight for some great images that we've seen throughout the year in the competition. I've been really impressed throughout the whole year. So I'm curious to see who we have here that won some awards tonight. But again, thanks everybody for all your submissions and contributions in that throughout the year. So with that, I'll go ahead and turn it over, not to Paul, but to Chuck. He's got some of the results in that from over the course of the year. The other thing I was going to say too, and I apologize, we don't have the awards here and out to everybody yet, but we will take care of that in short order. And again, we usually have the special awards for the year-end competition, larger ribbons, and trophies for the couple of the elite categories. So we'll go with that. Okay.
All right, so this was a interesting year for competition. I'll tell you that. Most of because of the such a wide range of participation in each category, the scoring was actually really tight, and there was quite a few ties that basically had to be broken in the final scoring. So it was a pretty impressive list. So we'll start with the color category and the beginner intermediate. Third place was Carino Zaragoza. Second place, and this is a testament to how weird this year is Bruce Ryman, who went from not submitting images for competitions to coming in second overall over the year. And first place goes to Candy Herman. In the mono beginner intermediate, third place, Phil Rubino. Second place was Ray Callow. And first place was Carino Zaragoza. So the photographer of the year for the beginner intermediate category was Carino. So congratulations, Carino, on that.
Nice job.
Yeah, nice job.
And we will also be looking forward to seeing you in the advanced category.
That's right.
Congratulations on your promotion. You've won out.
And that's great. I was going to say, and Carino, I think you've just been photographing for a couple of years now, if I'm not mistaken. So congratulations. I remember a lot of the great images you submitted through the year, and for the others that are on that list as well. Thank you.
Yeah, and most of it I attribute it all to you guys. I mean, I've learned so much from all you folks. You're some outstanding photographers, and willing to teach and learn what you guys have learned. You guys have all been amazing. Thank you, guys.
Seems to me you also just won something in the Front Range monthly competition, right?
Yeah, just got to get out there and take pictures.
Right. Well, good job. Great. And thanks. And congratulations to all. Right.
All right. So advanced. In the color category, third place was Rand Smith. Second place was Ashley Serdick.
Nice.
First place was me.
Nice.
And
Congrats.
in the
Hey.
mono. Yeah, congrats to
Massive
everybody there.
vote fraud. Vote
Yeah, it
fraud.
was, actually, that one didn't come together until this morning when you gave me the results that I was missing for August. I was losing that one until that month, so thanks for that, Paul.
Oh, shoot.
Saw a truck at the.
Oh,
Damn
no,
it,
late-
Paul. Damn it.
Yeah, I know. Now
Those
he's
late sneaky ballots.
yeah.
It was late
The-
ballots.
The
Yep.
big dumps. The big dumps.
Wait, I think never mind. I'll just leave that right there.
Yeah.
All right, so mono for the advanced. Third place, Corey Bumgardner.
Yay.
Second place, Dave Purcell.
Nice.
First place, Ashley Serdick
Hey.
by a large margin. I'll give you that. That you smoked everybody.
So not like 2020 election margin, like
Not like smoked. Like thanks for stopping by.
And when he said
Better luck
smoke,
next year.
Yeah.
when he said smoked, he's taking that literally for those incidents he had. Smoke,
Speaking of smoking, I had the oddest, weirdest dream that I was smoking weed, which I don't even do anymore. I was just smoking weed with my CEO last night. And I was like,
You get
if
ahead.
2020 could get any weirder, but okay.
But she probably won based on that mirror picture, I would guess, eh?
Somebody else voted for her. Thanks so much for that.
So, the advanced
There was
photographer.
there was a
of the year.
mirror in that picture.
There was a
I didn't see that.
What color was the shoes, right?
I'm gonna go back and look at that.
So the advanced photographer of the year is Ashley. So last year we had to basically pry her out of the beginner category.
Dragging
because
and
I'm
screaming.
just starting out.
I just want to let you know, that's why I was so quick to make Carino go. I was like, they made me go. You're going too. So
Yeah,
Well, again-
congratulations.
Yeah, huge congratulations. And here's something that's interesting here. I think Carino's been photographing for 2 to 3 years or something, and Ashley is inside of 2 years, I think. Something like that.
almost two, yeah.
Almost 2. So, just look at the rapid progress from a couple and some of the other names that you've brought up in here too that have popped up tonight. It's amazing some of the skills that
You're telling the rest of us we should sell our stuff and do, like, I don't know, chalk art or something.
I just really want to congratulate Ashley on knocking Chuck and Darren off of the top.
Well,
Yeah.
that is because Chuck and Darren also missed a few competitions, but we'll let that go and I'll take the win.
Hey, we're not.
We'll let the newness wear off and we'll come back after you next year.
Well, now that I actually try to make a little bit of money from this, I don't even have time anymore to do fun stuff. And nobody wants to see more pictures of buffalo plaid. So
Yeah, Buffalo
to be
Plaid ain't
fair,
gonna win-
to be
ain't gonna win
fair,
for you.
look how cute my dog is. If you can see him in his buffalo plaid in there in the picture.
That's good.
Well, 2022 may be a game changer for all of us.
That's true.
Yeah,
Are we skipping 2021?
I would say
Yeah.
it's,
we're
that's his recovery period.
We'll need it. Yeah.
No, we're going to review the competition and see if we want to change the way things are.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So we may have to throw some more rocks in front of Carino and Ashley to slow them down a little bit.
Whatever, Mr. Second Place, who never submitted before this year. So
Yeah, but I've been taking pictures a
Oh.
little longer than you. I think your dog's. I have underwear older than your dog, so.
I
don't know,
don't have
Bruce,
underwear as old as my dog.
Since you've retired, you've got more time.
Yeah, it's definitely, yeah.
It helps.
I came out of retirement and started taking
Yeah.
pictures.
I don't do those 100 hotel rooms nights a year. That helps.
Yeah, I had to go back and check the math. I was like, wait, Bruce? Wait, what? I was like, I know he submitted a couple times, but he won?
Yeah, I'm surprised, but it was all a team effort. Corey badgered us into into submitting stuff.
It was a pretty solid
Good deal.
set, at least too. Like you, yeah.
I feel like badger is a hard word.
Oh, gently cajole, would that be a better word to use? When you're 2 inches from my face and go, you enter in. Wrong with you people.
That's just my normal personality. That's
Yeah,
not badgering.
That's true. Well, that's
Have to get John on the line and have him weigh in on what he calls it.
oh, he's a smart man. He doesn't want to sleep outside. It's cold up there.
He's sitting right here. He's
I'm
here.
here.
Hey, John.
I'm right here.
So is it badgering
John
or is it
pleads-
more of a gentle cajoling?
I
John
will take
pleads
the
the
Fifth
fifth.
Amendment on that.
Yeah. Gonna say he's gonna plead the fifth on that one. Well, that's the party, I guess. Huh? I guess I could ask a few questions of the folks. I'm still looking for programs from May through the end of the year. So if you guys come across anything or have anything, or if you'd like to do a program, let me know. I'd be happy to put you on the schedule. And let's see, I guess I can open that. And so let me know if you got some stuff there. And we'll, like I said, we got some pretty good programs coming up.
Yeah, there's a good lineup already. Like I said, we said, starting one more this month, and then those first, like you said, first 4 months of next year, it looks like there's some good ones that we have set up. So
I don't think I have a judge lined up for the January. And I know we had Eli Vega penciled in like twice last year. I don't know if we want to
We should
try.
reach out to him because we didn't pay him.
And he had, right, there was one time that he had a computer issues. That was when Troy stepped in kind of last minute. We did that one for the 1 month a few months ago. And then the next two, I think what the issue was is that he had the eye surgery, had cataract surgery, and they were both like, one was 1 month and one was the next month, and they were both like the day before our competition, so he didn't want to step in. So there were some reasons why he couldn't make it, but yeah, that might be a good option if he's available for January.
Okay, I'll send him an email asking.
And if not, let me know. I can maybe reach out to somebody. We've got some other people that we can check with too. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, now we've got, nationwide group.
Yeah. This year, for the competitions, we had some new judges, obviously, that we haven't had before, just because of the reach of Zoom, I guess, as opposed to being physically at the building. So.
Yeah.
Bruce, did you get in touch with Kevin Holiday? Did I miss that or?
Oh, I think you sent him some emails and.
Yeah, he sent something back, but I wasn't sure if you guys had kind of
I may have
touched base or not.
Back out to him. I think I might have replied. I'll follow up on that. Thanks for reminding me. I remember we did something
and I think, Elaine, you had mentioned that he did one before for, on his long exposure photography for the Colorado Springs group. And then interestingly, last night he did one, and I was on there last night. Phil was on there last night. He did one for the, for Bob Courson's group, and it's a really good program. It really is. Yeah. So that would, because I was thinking that maybe the reason why he didn't do ours, and I don't know, was because maybe he was already lined up for that one so close.
No, I think I saw an email go out, but I think we kind of missed.
Okay.
I think it kind of fell off track, but that's okay.
But maybe if we get his, since there were not that many people from our group that were in the one last night, that maybe if we try and fill one of those slots middle of next year or something like that, whatever the next opening one is.
Yeah.
Somewhere thereafter, that would be good timing on bringing his, I think, into our club too. It really is a good presentation. It's really professional.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that back out there since Bruce was still looking to fill spots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see some email exchange here, and I gotta go back. I think you wanted to do January 20th, and I may have a double booking. I may have to move that around. So I'll figure it out. That's on me because I sent so many emails. Sometimes I just lose track of that. But I will follow up with him.
It happens.
Yeah.
No
Well,
biggie.
what you get, you don't. But that's what you get. What you pay for. You know how
That's
much. you
right.
pay. The other thing that we've got coming up is the 2021 Exploring the Light. So we're looking for a judge for that. So if anybody has any suggestions for the judge, and then also we usually come up with at least there's usually 2 or 3 categories that we'll come up with. So if you guys have some ideas for some categories, because we usually leave landscape in there and maybe one other one, but we always try to mix it up. So if you've got some suggestions, I know one of the suggestions the city had was, what was 2020 to you, maybe, but we'll see. But anyway, I'm looking for that, and we probably need something there sometime this month, because they'll probably be kicking this off and looking for image submissions sometime at the end of January, with selection in February. And I've got to get back with her and get the dates.
So it's back on its normal schedule then, since we did this one late this year?
You were on that call, Michael. I don't think she committed to the dates per se, but
Yeah, they were trying to put it into that same. And what I'm not sure of is, obviously, while there's vaccines and things like that are coming on board, things won't be open up at the same time that we would normally have, say, I'll say go back to last year. I think it was in April was when they were supposed to do, kind of the open house event and that. I'm thinking that's still probably a little bit early this coming year to expect that kind of a gathering and that. So we'll have to see about that too.
Yeah, you never know at this point what the hell's going on.
Right. It's.
Although I was, I obviously got my hair done today because you guys have never seen me showered. And when I went and I made my next appointment, because it's every 6 weeks, I realized that I only have probably 4 more appointments before this should be more or less, everyone's vaccinated and we're more or less back to normal. I was like, 4 more appointments. I can make it. I can make it.
Well, we thought you got your hair curled and everything because you knew you were the big winner tonight.
That's right. That was just a serendipitous, is that a word? Serendipitous? Yeah. Occasion. Coincidence? Yeah, no, although my employee did point it out. They're like, oh, you showered. I was like, I did.
It makes you feel better, Ashley. I'm the same boat. I was like, oh, I should probably do something with my hair today since we have a Zoom meeting tonight instead of
there you go.
Ponytail for the past 5 days.
I just don't share my video.
Well, the problem is if I'm on this computer, I can do video and sound, but on my other computer, I don't have that option. And so every now and then I'll switch it up. And so for competitions, I'm always on the bigger screen so I can see the pictures better. But if I'm just talking, this one's a cool one.
It's a good thing we don't do video at work.
We do all day, every day. But see, the thing is, ever since I became a manager at work and doing video constantly, I have always looked like that. So it's not like I always look good and then all of a sudden they started seeing the decline. So it was nice. And I kind of set the bar low to begin with. So of course, anytime I do get made up, they're like, do you have an interview today?
Carino and I both did our hair too.
Yeah, hair looks exceptional today.
I worry about it all the time.
Looking good.
You can tell when I've been lax about it is I'll be wearing a baseball cap on those nights or those meetings. And it happens with work too, right? The same thing. It's with work. It's probably maybe once or twice a week that I actually have to be on a meeting where there's video and you're expected to show yourself. But sometimes, usually I know what those ones are and what those meetings are. But all of a sudden, every once in a while, there'll be, hey, let's get together for this meeting in 20 minutes. And by the way, we're going to have this on video. And well, there goes the baseball hat. Goes back on that. So we get those every once in a while. The surprise, you're going to be on video then.
There are very few conference calls that I'm on where somebody has video turned on.
Oh, we get in trouble if we don't.
And yeah, we're on conference calls constantly, but yeah, it's pretty rare somebody has video.
Yeah, no, it's frowned upon to not have it on at my job, and my job is basically to be on the phone all day. So I'm so used to it now. It used to really freak me out, and I hated it with a passion. And now I feel like I'm pretty much the same live as I am on conference calls now. So
Are you stuffing our Christmas cards right now?
you know what? In today's day and age, if I'm not multitasking, I'm freaking out because I've got so much to do. So yes, I'm.
And sending COVID along with everyone else. They're looking at the envelope.
Yes, I am. It's a little extra Christmas bonus.
Filled with a C instead of filled with a K, yeah?
Speaking of seeing people, Kathy, Bela, it's nice to see your face too.
Thank
finally.
you.
I know.
Right, yeah.
How's art?
You're
Good.
there, but you're hiding behind the screen.
Right, well, when we're just looking at pictures, you don't need to look at me, but this was going to be our big social party for the year, so.
Oh,
Right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Art's on another Zoom, because he's on our HOA board, so he's doing business.
Mm.
oh, that's
Wow.
business.
Yeah.
Speaking of people
Bruce,
that,
you usually I too.
speaking of people that aren't on, don't have their picture on Zoom, but I want to give a shout out to her, is Debbie McCullis. Maybe she'll put her video on for us. But I'm a member of NANPA, which is North American Nature Photographers Association. And she had a really great article on there about bald eagles, which I just recently did some photography of bald eagles in a place in Alaska, I believe a preserve in Alaska. So it was really interesting. You don't have to be a member. You can just go to nampa.org and it's one of the posts there, and probably if you just search it. But it was really interesting and great photography. And I know from, doing the competitions, I know that she's won a couple or, gotten placed, I guess we say, in some of the competitions. So congratulations on that, Debbie.
Yeah, and with our club, she did the Antarctica trip before. For those of us that were on this last presentation that we had on Antarctica with Cheryl Opperman, I remembered having seen Debbie. She had some of them in last year's Exploring the Light, one from, I think it was South Georgia Island. So she's done that trip before. Mm-hmm. So something that is on my list to do someday.
Thank you.
Well, if you're looking for eagles, they're coming back this month.
Well, I tell you, I'll be posting these on Instagram and Facebook over the next couple of weeks, but I do a lot of photography. And Carino, I know you go there because you and I have literally gotten some of the same shots. And I don't know if we were standing next to each other or what, but at the South Platte Park, the amount of birds there is just incredible. And the ones that are migrating right now that you would normally never see are incredible. But I was there about 2 weeks ago, and I've gotten eagles there before, and they're okay shots. But if you go into the west entrance, which is not used as much, and you park in that very first lot, which I think only like 5 cars can park there, and you go up to the reservoir, which is not technically part of the park, but I think it's owned by a water district, but you can come close to it. I went up there and I thought I had seen an osprey flying, and I thought, well, that'd be kind of cool. And I waited and waited, and finally I saw it again, and it was a bald eagle, and he came like within 10, 15 feet of me, just circling. And oh my God, I mean, it's just, I've always wanted the quintessential bald eagle in flight, both horizontal and one vertical from top to bottom. And So yeah, they're out there, and I think I saw Rand. It looks like he already jumped off, but there he is. He had one on Instagram recently too. So
That was
yeah,
from Bar Lake. Is that where you were just talking about?
no, I was talking about South Platte, but
Okay.
yeah, Bar Lake. I know a friend of mine from Texas was there like 2 days ago, and he just posted one on Instagram of a bald eagle in flight. Great shot. So
And
they're out there.
I've seen a couple people recently with some from right up here at Cherry Creek State Park. So.
Yeah, I've seen some in Cherry Creek, and I know that there's some out at Bar Lake, but I wasn't sure. I heard that the water's pretty low out at Bar Lake,
Really
so I
low.
wasn't sure if they were still hanging around or not.
They were asking about you, so you could get down and wave. You could sit down and wave.
Yeah, Bar Lake is like a puddle. I've never
Yeah.
seen it so low. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But there were still quite a few eagles out there. A lot of juvenile bald eagles.
So why are they back? I'm getting a ton of hawks in my backyard who are always there in the spring, but I never noticed them in the fall, and they're dive bombing my dogs again. Why did they come through?
There's a ton of red tails right now, and even Cooper's hawks. I literally almost got attacked last week by a Cooper's hawk that flew, and all he needs to do is land on this, and I'd be in deep trouble. And he was probably 3 feet over my head. And a lot of kestrels too. I've never seen this many kestrel falcons. But it's great. I mean, it's fun.
Really good set.
Yeah, the pair that nests at Chatfield, they're back and rebuilding their nest.
Oh.
And which were those eagles, or which ones?
Chatfield?
Okay.
There's one place where they nest all the time.
Okay.
In a big tree right off the road. And they're back over there rebuilding their nest.
I was at the stoplight at Parker and 225 and saw a bald eagle fly over. That must have been hanging out in Cherry Creek.
Right. Yep. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, anything else exciting happening? We had enough fun for one evening.
Do we know what the competition for at least January might be?
January is open, right, Paul? Is that?
Yeah.
I'm sure we
January's
said
open.
January was open, and we'll try and.
We haven't set the themes yet, but Dave, we know you like portraits, so we're not going to do portraits this year or next year.
Ashley.
That'll knock Ashley out of the
And
competition
Ashley.
in a big way as well.
Well, we'll make an
You guys
exception
suck.
for her as long as it's somebody standing by a mirror.
Oh,
I'll have you know that Mr. Purcell, his pictures are incredibly more risque than mine.
I
Of
do have a
him?
couple of those.
Who wants to see Dave Purcell in no clothes?
Hey, me and spandex, you just can't believe it. It's amazing.
That's not
Oh.
on my bucket list, I can tell you.
Bad, yeah, bad image.
I used to ride the MS 150 every year, and I wrote everybody say, if I complete it, I'll give you a picture at the end. And somebody wrote, if I never see you in spandex, I'll increase my donation by 150.
That's fantastic.
So I wrote everybody and said, if you don't sponsor my MS 150 ride, I'm going to send you a picture every 5 miles. And I got $3,000 worth of donations in a half an hour.
Wow.
That's fantastic. Oh, shoot.
But I think you guys did an awesome job right in the middle of a pandemic to put everything on Zoom and continue the meetings. That you guys did an awesome job this year.
Yeah, it's been really great this year.
And a lot of credit to Bruce. Yeah, I should make some shout outs on this part of it. Big shout out to Bruce, Ashley, Elaine, Chuck, continuing on with the handling the competitions from your end, compiling things. Paul running the competitions. There's been a lot of work associated with that. Rand also helping out quite a bit with suggestions too on some of the programs that we had. That one that we did with the everybody, when we took the same two images, and everybody processed them, that was something that he came up with, and I thought it was a lot of fun. So we tried to keep things a little bit interesting, maybe a little bit different than what we can do in person, but I enjoyed everything that we did, and the competitions and that too. Like I say, not easy to do. There's a lot of things that go behind the scenes there that Paul and Chuck and Bruce were doing, but thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. You did a great job this year too, keeping it all together.
Yeah.
And I think
And Bruce, thanks for keeping us organized.
Me? It's crazy.
Yeah, because, okay, I should say thanks for harping on us all the time. Did you send that out? Did you do that? Did you do this? Because, then it made sure we got it done. So
I problem is I sit there and I think about it, I'm like, what? They didn't respond to me. I got to get back on these people.
I have a filter so your messages automatically go to spam. So that's why I don't see them.
We haven't talked in a while. Here's a Zoom invite.
I'm not even sure I checked my emails for like 2 months with everything going on at the office. So,
and with regards to emails and with the ones that come out to the club, Ashley and Elaine are really instrumental in putting those together. So thanks again because sometimes those things come out pretty quick with ideas and so forth, and they do a really good job of putting it, in a nice, concise format and getting everything out there. So thanks there too.
well, that was a lot of effort from Ashley's part this year, so I appreciate.
Well, that's because you do all the money stuff. So I will,
That part too.
I can do the communication stuff if you can do the money stuff.
We're working on it. I think we've got final. My plan is if people haven't paid up for 2020 by December 31st, they're just not getting emails anymore.
Oh yeah.
They're getting cut.
Rand's getting cut right now then.
I'm paying you right now. I'm just sorry. I just-
We're not gonna hear from Bruce.
I think he is paid up.
Sorry, I'm really bad about that.
And
No,
Phil also a lot of great suggestions in that through the year on that in terms of the things that you contribute.
Yeah, that's about it. You guys carried me this year. Thank you.
Phil's the idea guy.
No, it's a lot of good suggestions and a lot of good contributions there too. So.
He got his feet wet in 2020. 2021's all on you.
There you go.
We're not even holding elections this year, so you got your dry run.
Oh, great.
You can take over. It's
You've seen how it goes. Ready, go.
Yeah.
You're cutting out.
And it may be beneficial for you.
It'll be a great year next year. We'll have fun.
It would be. We'll hopefully get a good year next year. Yeah. Maybe we'll actually get to see each other next year in person.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
We can meet together. You just gotta stand apart with a mask.
You gotta get those pool noodles.
You can go outside still.
You get your pool noodles and tape them to yourself and then go out.
Is there
We
free
can do stuff
parking?
outside.
Is there free parking downtown again? That's all I want to know.
Probably. If you
Wake
dare
up.
leave your car down there long enough.
I was shocked. I went down there to go to the Christmas market thingy that they had.
Right.
I hadn't been downtown in, I guess, since all this started, and to see everything so boarded up and just how many
Yeah.
changes they've had in that short, I guess not really a short amount of time, but still within the year.
Right.
And I had my daughter with me, and I was like, it never occurred to me to park in a populated area or something because everything's all boarded up. It's very ominous, almost like a scene from what was that Will Smith movie where everyone was like gone?
I Am Legend.
Yeah. I felt like I was in I Am Legend. It was very freaky.
Well,
It seemed like the homeless camps had grown.
Oh, for
We
sure
went
they have.
down
Like they were
week before Thanksgiving. They had
permanent
really-
almost.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a little community.
Yeah, they had a little more. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
the boarding up
I was trying.
hadn't happened prior to all the protests and,
Oh, okay.
and demonstrations.
Oh, yeah.
Because early on, like March, April, May, Phil and I and occasionally Corey would end up downtown, you know, flying drones and doing that kind of thing. And it wasn't boarded up, but it was eerily quiet, where, you know, sitting there at the corner of, you know, at the intersection of Spear and I-25 and not see a car.
Yeah.
You know, and so early on it wasn't boarded up like it is now. And that didn't happen until all the protests started.
Well,
Right.
there was 2 phases there. They did a bunch of boarding up there, you know, when those protests hits, and then they took a bunch down, and then they really went and boarded up a lot just before the election.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of concern.
Although I have to say, in May, I was driving from my office back down to my house down Broadway, and I was in front of the Capitol, and it's like 5 lanes across. And people, the homeless camps were there. People were all over those parks, and I was driving at about 10 miles an hour, and people were walking in the street, yelling at me that I was driving down the street. It was really
Oh, that's
scary.
weird.
It was really strange.
What does that open area across from the Capitol look like? Or what's the one they light up? Is that the Civic Building?
It's the Civic Center, yeah.
Yeah.
So what does that grassy area betwing that and the Capitol look
Well, it's
like?
the market right now, isn't it? Isn't that where I did the Chris Kindle market?
Yeah. Yeah, it's open, but like on the edges, there were quite a few homeless setups.
It's flyable
But
for
the park in between is doable.
For a long time, they were just camping everywhere from the Capitol to the City County building. And then there was a period of time where they fenced it off with chain link fencing.
Yeah.
And then they have been opening it up for little events like the Chris Kindle Market and things like
Is that building lit? Colors
Yes.
now?
It is now.
I was thinking about going down there for some shots. So.
I saw a drone shot
And
from
if you-
right out in front of it the other night.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'll say, if you guys go and take your drones, you have to take me with you.
Did you get one?
Yeah, Wayne has it.
I did. I have to figure out how to fly it, but I did.
Oh, you know what? Did you get your license yet?
don't need one
Not
if
yet,
you-
but I'm.
Well, if you're using it, I mean, if you use it to make any kind of
commercially.
money, you do. No.
Wow.
I've had my license now for 8 months. Still don't have a drone.
Well, if
I
you
plan
if
to
you're
get mine before the end of the year.
It's
I think I can do it
Christmas
before
time.
the end of the year.
Corey was talking about charging batteries. So you want to touch base with her and she'll teach you how to do that part, and then we can go fly.
And Elaine has the nice Phantom one, right?
I do.
What'd you get?
The Phantom 4.
Nice.
I'm waiting for the what is it? The Mavic Pro 3 to come out. Is that the one that has been supposedly coming out now for 8 months and still is not?
Well, Phil and I fly the Mavic Pro 2.
Yeah.
That thing's awesome.
Because I was going to get the 2, but I kept hearing rumors, and I was like, well, I don't want to buy
Just
the
got
2,
that,
and then the 3 comes out.
What is the rumor for the 3? What's the
I haven't
difference?
heard that.
It's just been on. It was supposed to have been September, I think, and they've continued to delay it.
Delay
because,
it.
No,
Yeah.
what is
I think they're
going to
waiting
happen?
for.
They don't put the specs out yet, so we don't know what the difference is yet.
4K video.
Probably.
64.
They're saying January.
Well, I'm going to wait till January, and if it doesn't come out in January, I'm just going to freaking buy one. Because I'm a year into my 2-year license.
Right.
You gotta learn to take off before you can make money at it. So
Yeah, I know.
start there.
Well, I think we should start a Part 107 study group if anyone's interested.
Oh, I'll give you guys the 2 videos. I just used 2 videos online. I watched them each twice, and I got like an 88 or something. So you definitely, it's not hard. It's just a matter of making sure you understand what you're watching in the videos. And if you feel like you have a really good understanding of it, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Great.
And there's always at least 2 or 3 questions about fog. Anytime I have ever taken my private pilot test, there's been questions about fog that I get wrong every damn time.
Yeah, I didn't do awesome on the weather ones, but then they have some gimme ones too. So you'll be fine. I'll send you the 2 videos. They're free. That way you don't have to pay for anything.
I found some online, and there's also an app that I just downloaded, which with a bunch of practice test questions on it. Remote Pilot Prepware.
Mm-hmm.
There's a study section on it, but they've got, I don't know that it's the entire test bank, but it's a lot in there, so that you can go through a study mode where it presents you test questions and you can see the answers and that type of stuff. And there's also test mode where you can take the test. So if you just keep taking the main test, you'll probably be fine.
And I found them to be pretty close. So
I started a Colorado from Above group on Facebook.
Oh.
The other last week or something. Chuck's on there, but it's just drone and photo. We have someone who has an airplane, Evan Anderman, but it's Colorado from Above.
I'll have to find that.
Elaine, that one that you sent me, the Tony Northrup one that he does on that.
That's one of the 2.
Okay, Elaine sent that over to me. It's like an hour and 40 minutes or something like that.
Did you watch it twice?
Yeah, it was a really good video. I need to go through that one again.
It's about 3+ years old, but I'll tell you, it was still good. And then the other one is, I'll find it and I'll mail it to you. I liked both though, because you get a little bit from each one that the other one was missing.
Right.
But that's, as long as you understand that and how to read those maps, you're good.
I can tell you it's been at least 10 or 15 years since I took my private pilot test. And I swear to you, the test bank that I'm going through are the same damn questions. Same charts. They are the same airports in the charts. It hasn't changed.
Hey, Rand, is it Colorado CO? Oh, there you go. You just
sent it.
I just put it in the thing. I see Elaine just joined.
Hey, Ashley.
Corey is.
Yeah, so my part of my little hang up right now is I didn't realize when I tried to turn on my drone for the first time that I only had 48 hours to buy the DJI Care.
Oh yeah.
So I have to go through some whole spiel thing and send them a video to be able to get it, and I'm afraid to turn the dang thing on and take it up into the air without that, because I just keep hearing it's like, oh, it'll just fly off on its own and just disappear.
No, it'll disappear.
Problem is if you get the DJI Refresh, Elaine, if you don't have a body to bring back to them.
Yeah, it doesn't work, right?
I think Chuck is the only one who knows about that.
Yeah, I put mine into a light pole and I collected all the pieces and I sent it in with my $75. Drone back. Thank you very much.
How much is the that thing?
It depends on the drone, but they're about $150.
I think $150 for the first year, and then you can add on if you get 2 crashes in that first year. If at the end of the first year you have at least 1 crash left, they will allow you to buy a second year.
I just redid mine.
You basically give you another crash for the second year.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a good deal.
Yeah, my second year on it.
Yep, I just did mine.
Yeah, so
mine too.
So that's where I'm at with it. I'm afraid to put the props on and take it out because.
Come on.
That's been my problem. Right, I've got one. I've only done it a couple of times. I need to get it out there.
Let's just take a day and go. Come on.
Yeah, that's.
I'm always glad about it needing to. I'm like, I don't want to fly it too far away. It's just going to take off and go. And he's like, just let it go.
Yeah, I've been helping a friend who just bought one, and it's a thing you can do, social distancing.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah.
I still haven't told the husband yet.
The best way to fly one of these drones is learn
I think he's going to find out soon.
That doesn't have any of the GPS or any of that stuff on there. If you can fly a drone like that, you can fly one of these.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
if I can fly a Cessna, I should be able to figure out how to fly this.
That's right.
These fly themselves. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Actually, as you were talking about waiting for the Mavic 3, so I'm reading an article right now, and they're actually saying don't wait for it because the software that they're putting on is going to limit it down even more, to where they're not going to be even as maneuverable as the Mavic 2 Pros.
Yeah, but aren't they going to roll out that thing where you've got to have the little GPS in it anyway, and it's going to make it obsolete? So don't you have to get the newer one?
No, because the remote ID.
Yeah.
It's on there now.
DJI has been putting remote ID in since their beginnings.
Yeah.
And so
And that's the thing that they're going to make required pretty soon.
Yep. And
Right now, you can turn it off.
you can turn it off in the 2s or earlier. You're not going to be able to in the 3. So
I just wonder if the camera's going to be better for video, and that's really kind of what I was hoping for.
I don't see any mention of video
Let's
specs.
use this for
Hasselblad
video.
camera on the 2 is pretty
know.
impressive.
You're
The
not gonna
video's
get-
pretty good.
You're not
The
going to get a
video is
whole lot-
fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a pretty fantastic camera. Just
Yeah.
Okay.
like all around.
Well, then I should have just done this 6 months ago, and now I've wasted 6
Yeah. What are you waiting for? You could have been
There
flying.
might still,
I'm waiting for an invite to go out with you guys. Otherwise, I can't just
Either
go out
on
by myself
Saturday.
at night.
Order tonight.
We'll go out when you're on one of your ambient trips and see what you can do.
Oh my God. I ordered these Christmas cards at Ambient. And the next day I was like, oh, I've got to work on my Christmas cards. And then I saw the email come in and I was like, I guess I already ordered them. But I did a fantastic job. So apparently I did all right Ambient.
So are you like me, myself, and Irene? Kind of.
I have not seen it, but from what I know of it, yeah.
I just
Did
paid
you
my
see it,
membership
Bruce?
fees.
Yeah, Rand,
Thanks, Rand.
Rand paid up. He's good. Can't cut him off.
A successful year.
Hopefully I did. I sent it to treasury at
I
lonetreephotoclub.com.
got the official email. You're good. You're in.
My invoice had expired. So
Oh no, we'll take.
oh no, I think you paid a while back. I saw something. I'm pretty certain.
well, it said that the amount
But I
due,
checked in November.
it said that I paid, but then I just paid again.
Oh,
'Cause I-
Well, we'll count.
Just keep paying. We'll tell you when it's from.
I either don't pay or I pay a bunch. So
We'll just count. We'll just count it for 2021, and you don't have to
Okay.
worry about it.
cool.
We'll start the Rand Scholarship Fund.
Well,
DJ for everybody.
well, let's go on Saturday. Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Sunday I'm booked.
Let's do it.
Saturday I've got shoots.
Where are they? We'll fly our drone over.
Right.
Frederick. You want to come up to Frederick?
Actually, I won't be that far.
No.
I got Christmas truck mini, red truck minis.
Speaking of this weekend, we're doing the photo shoot for the city of Lone Tree. So if anybody wants to help out, there's Bruce, Michael, and I. We're just helping them take some, I don't know, town people pictures in front of the tree. And
Yeah.
So I
yeah.
and let me know if you guys need me. Obviously, I don't think I can commit there to take pictures, but if you need help signing people in, writing down emails, whatever it is, I can always stop by for some time.
I think we'll be pretty good because they had people had to sign up. They're only taking 59 families because we can only do 2 days, 10 minutes apart. So I think we'll be okay.
Okay.
We're doing a 2.5 hour shift per person, and we'll end up doing like 15 families, and then we're sending them 4 images, and they can do whatever they want with them.
Each day it's from, what were there, from like 9:30 a.m. till about 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it was going to get too dark on us. I'm glad it wasn't today. Holy Jesus, it was cold today.
oh man, it was freezing.
But it was supposed to be in the 50s the 2 days we're doing it, so it should be nice.
Yeah.
I do
Hey,
not.
was that Tony Northrup video? Is that out on their website where all their other free tutorials are?
Phil, I sent you a link a couple weeks ago.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it was the link that Elaine sent to me that I just watched last night, and it was like I say, it was worth watching. I picked up a lot of things from it.
Okay, cool. I will find it. Thank you, Elaine. I will find it. They're pretty funny, those two.
Yeah. Yeah, and one that I just was watching also later last night was they have, I guess it's part of their whatever Black Friday that goes into Cyber Monday sales or whatever in that. But they have one on outdoor flash photography. And they have like a series of videos. It's normally $40. I think it was $20. So it's not free, but it was they get into the different modifiers and so forth that you use for outside, mostly kind of portrait type photography and that, but I thought it was pretty good.
Who did that?
It was also the Tony and Chelsea Northrup.
Oh, okay.
They both have those.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah. They got a high speed sync and some of the other kind of things to use for mostly like outside portrait type photography was what it was for. But with the use of flash, it was specifically on flash.
I found the other video. Let me get the link and.
I got it. Thank you. Found it.
Video.
Well, I'm excited that there's quite a few people with drones now.
Yeah.
And get some more aerial photo competition going on.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to dig into it.
It's fun.
I'm feeling pretty clueless at the moment, as far as like, and how do I process this afterwards? And
just be prepared when you fire up
video and still and
be prepared when you fire up your controller that it takes like 2 hours for that thing to be.
And the Phantom has a really nice camera on it, right? I mean, I think it's kind of as far as drones go, I think it's
got 4K video.
4K
yeah, it's got 4K.
Right.
I mean, I haven't shot anything with it, so I have no idea how good it is, but.
The still camera is comparable to the Mavic 2 Pro, but the 4K video is definitely a little bit better. But,
I went to a tire recycling facility, I don't know, last week, and then there's a corral that's made out of used car or like crushed cars, out in eastern Colorado that I'm gonna try and go to. But my friend that has an airplane took a couple photos of it, and it's pretty cool. But it's a whole corral system that's made out of just stacked up used cars or crushed cars.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
That sounds like a great field trip.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I've wanted to go out and shoot on the planes and get out there. I want to shoot around the turbines. I got a couple ideas for a couple of drone shots, the wind turbines.
Right.
Yeah.
Because every time I go out on the planes, it's like 40-mile-an-hour winds. I'm like, no, not today.
That's why there's wind turbines there, Chuck.
You should follow Evan Anderman on Facebook. He's a photographer, and he does a lot of photography from his plane, but he finds some really cool fields and patterns and fields and different things. And if you ask him where stuff is, he'll let you know where it is too. He's not protective about that, but he does some good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Have you been to the ones up north, Chuck, near Cheyenne? Going towards Cheyenne, the wind farm up there. There's a really big wind farm up there.
Yep.
When I was flying out of Jeffco, we used to go to Cheyenne to do practicing, and that was one of our flyover points, our checkpoints. And I know that there's a cool one out near, I don't remember exactly where it's at, but it's between Burlington and Springfield, Colorado on the Eastern Plains that has a mix of both old windmills and new windmills in the same area. But I don't remember exactly where it's at because I was following my husband to a football game and drove by, but I don't remember now.
Huh.
That'd be pretty cool.
I say we end up spending some time out on the plains anyway, so I'm the Burlington area, I don't know that I've gotten too much out there, but I keep going further and further every time we go out on planes. So
Yeah, there's a highway that goes, I think, straight down the east side of the state. And it was off of there. I'll have to look at the map and see Burlington to Springfield, and I can tell you what highway it's off of. I just don't remember exactly where, and it's like a 2-hour or 3-hour drive.
So yeah, Burlington's a ways out there.
It's right on the border.
Oh no, I mean just between just between Burlington and Springfield.
Oh, okay.
Springfield is pretty far south in the state.
Yeah.
Rand, is that guy you were talking about, is he in the group?
In our photographer?
Yeah.
No, he's not. I've talked to him about it. He's just
what's his last name?
Anderman, Anderman. Yeah.
It's Burlington. It's 385. I think it's the
I
highway.
think you're talking about 385 is the road, according to Google Maps.
Yeah, I was trying to.
Cool.
I don't know how many of you want to use your drone for wildlife, but buffalo and elk do not care, but
Yeah,
deer are scared to death of a drone.
And antelope.
Yes,
Yeah, I haven't tried an antelope yet.
I tried that once. It didn't work out so well. But buffalo or the bison are pretty unfazed by them.
Yeah, they don't care.
We ran across
think
a herd
that-
of antelope out on the plains this past weekend. There was probably a herd of, I don't know, probably 50 or so. And we're driving on the road and they're in a fenced pasture to our right. And I mean, they were like flying, trying to get away from, we're just driving down the road and they were flying to get away from us. It was kind of fun to watch them. You know, of course I'm, trying to drive down the road and stop myself from drooling on myself. I was like, come here, you tasty little bastards.
That's funny. I found him on Instagram.
What's his name? Is it Evan Anderman?
Evan.
Yeah, Evan Anderman.
I found him on Facebook.
Yeah, he sponsors the Evan Anderman lectures at the Denver Art Museum through the photography department. And but his aerial photography, he bought a drone, I think a year ago. And so he's been doing stuff with his drone as well as stuff with, from his airplane. But it's, everything he does is pretty much aerial. And some of his field, shots from patterns and fields are pretty amazing. So I've gone out, I've talked to him and gotten coordinates on some of them and gone out with my drone.
That's some pretty cool stuff.
Thanks, Rand, for posting that, the link to your, you have a program tomorrow, you said, at the Art Museum, Denver Art Museum?
Yeah, I'm doing a talk on my African art collection with the Denver Art Museum tomorrow at 4. So I posted a link in the chat window if anybody's interested, free tomorrow at 4 and wants to listen in. I posted that just in case anybody's interested.
Very cool.
Congrats. Good luck with that.
Thanks. Yeah, they've been doing virtual art hour talks this whole year, and in different areas of the Denver Art Museum, and they've been doing talks with collectors and curators. So I'm doing one tomorrow. So I'm not showing my robots behind me. I'm going downstairs to where the African art is, and it'll be a little bit different background.
I had no idea you collected art in that realm.
Yeah, I do. I have for about 20 years. I have a pretty big collection. I collect and I deal. It's my other passion.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think I found your wind turbines on 385, but it's on Google Earth. But we'll have to look at it and say, just put it in the chat.
I know there's a lot out there.
Yeah. It's okay.
Huh. I got too far south then.
Let's see, where's Lamar?
I already passed. I gotta go back.
Probably past Cheyenne Wells. That's the one thing about, my husband being the 8-man football player. He takes me to all sorts of crazy places in this state.
Hang out with Darren.
Yeah.
I didn't know the state had sand dunes until he was going to they were going to a quarterfinals game in Antonito. And so I was like, okay, babe, I'll drive down there. I've never been there, right? And then so I started looking for different places to try to take pictures of something on the way down there. I'm like, did you know you guys had sand dunes? He's like, yeah. It's like, I'm going to check it out. He's like, all right. He wasn't as impressed as I was, obviously.
Yeah, those sand dunes are real impressive, especially if you get there in the afternoon with the shadows and that.
Yeah.
Well, those native Colorado people, they're not impressed with
Things like that, huh?
they're not as impressed as the transplants.
Yeah, thanks for posting that, Rand. I went ahead and signed up. I have my nephew in California has a wedding tomorrow that I'm supposed to watch virtually, and that's at 5 o'clock our time. But I'll see if I can catch your
Yeah, okay, cool.
for that.
Virtual weddings, huh?
Yeah.
I
They're
attended
there
one.
in person, but we couldn't go out there. So.
Yeah. A couple people, of the several people I know that got COVID, 2 of them had gone to big weddings. So it's better to watch it virtually, I think.
So I did photograph only my second wedding of my life earlier this summer.
Yeah, that was cool.
Ooh, brave man.
But found out later, like that was it the brother of the bride tested positive, like on, the wedding was like on Saturday and tested positive on Tuesday. And evidently there were a few others that came down with it. Nothing, no hospitalizations or anything like that out of it. But it does, there were like 50 people there. The wedding was outside, but the reception was inside. The sign said wear masks, but of course nobody was. And that could have been a bad scene, I guess.
Well, I'm going to leave. Do you guys want to continue the meeting or?
I gotta go. It's good seeing everybody.
I'm good.
You guys too.
Merry Christmas.
Here, everybody. Thanks again for everything.
Yeah, it was a great year.
Have a good holiday.
Congratulations, all you guys.
Yep. And we got one more meeting, like I say, it's a Tuesday the 15th, and then the next one will be early January, the competition. So.
Okay.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
All right.
Thank you very much, guys.
Bye.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations, all the
Yes.
great winnings. Yeah.
Heading to the buffet table right now.
All right.